Welcome to our Week 5 edition of Friday Night Football. I'm Derek Bayne. He is Ethan Wiles, and we are officially past the halfway point of the high school football season with a lot to be decided coming down the stretch of the season.
That includes the NUIC, where our game of the week features two of the top teams in the league going head-to-head.
Friday Night Football's Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Feldco, Rockford's home renewal experts.
Dupec playing host to Eastland Pearl City in a battle of the co-ops tonight. This one going down in Pecatonica. EPC took the ball first, and after a 19-play drive that took up 10 minutes of the quarter, Deacon Hoffmaster rolls right, looked for Zeiss and Haverland, but Dupec's Bryce Greenberg there to knock it away. Big stop for the Rivermen early, and they would capitalize. Brady Moore getting them started with this big run. He goes down the sideline for a big first down for Dupec. No call on the horse collar there, though. Later, why not finish it off? Derek, I got to go back to school or something because these offenses have been fooling me all year long. Moore gets in, though. Dupec takes an early 8-0 lead.
More importantly for them, they fool the defense.
Absolutely. Up 16-0 in the second half, trying to add on. Dermot Dolan will do just that. Check out this run from the senior. No one will bring him down as he gets into the end zone. Dupec goes up 22-0 late in the game now. Dupec rolling in this one, and they're going to cap this one off through the air. Lucas Rossa to who else but Brady Moore. Dupec stays unbeaten, clinching a playoff spot, rather. They beat EPC 38-0.
Big statement win for them as they got a fun one next week with Byron. Elsewhere in the NUIC, Lena Winslow taking on Fulton, and the Panther having a little fun out there as Lee Wynn playing some strong defense early. They stuff the Fulton Steamers, and that's a turnover on downs, and Lee Wynn, you know they're going to power through. Kobe Kearns in as he celebrates with his teammate there who helped pave the way for him. And well, you know that they're going to try to go for two. Lee Wynn, Cash Lessman out there, he fakes the handoff, rolls, and he's going to take it himself, gets to the pylon for the score. Lee Wynn all over Fulton in this one, 47-6.
Panthers look good early in the air.
We have seen lots of good footballs so far, but there's more to come. Next up, we're heading to the Nick 10. Got some key showdowns on the slate, but we also got more NUIC football. Our photographer's hard at work editing right now. We're going to have more highlights for you right after this break.
You're watching Friday Night Football on Channel 13.
Nick 10 time. They got the colors going in Harlem tonight, and the Nick 10 features Belvedere North, who won last night. You were at that game, and Harlem tied at the top of the standings, but Guilford and Freeport are lurking right behind them. Guilford looking for a fourth straight win, taking on Harlem for homecoming there. Those pink jerseys for the Huskies as they get ready for October. Harlem's Ladarius Foster runs it in for the score, and it's 14-3 Huskies. Taking the early lead in this one, homecoming queen Mariah Frank, all smiles with the Cesar Nunez cutout. He was the homecoming king. Guilford, yeah, he was out there blocking up front for those guys. Guilford answers. Messiah Tilson follows his block, gets to the end zone for the score, cuts it to a 14-10 game. And that's got Harlem coach Jim Morrow pacing the sidelines as Harlem's next drive, Guilford's Jason Teal blows up the play, forces the fumble. Wow. Jabril Benson scoops and scores just like that. Turns from 14-3 to 17-14 in favor of Guilford. The fans decked out in camo.
Can't even see him.
Yeah, hard to find over there, but there they are making a lot of noise. Second half, the Huskies go to the air. Braxton Fawcett to Jackson Cook. Check this play out right over the top of the defender. Incredible catch, 60 yards. That puts Harlem right back on top. But Finn, the Husky, getting a lot of love all game.
Gotta love it.
But Guilford, well, they were loving, pounding the rock when they got it down inside the 5-yard line. Kevlin Jackson in for the score in this back and forth game. Guilford, the big win on the road, 31-28.
Fights are looking good. Freeport trying to improve to 4-1, taking on always tough Hononegah. Lots of festivity tonight at Kelsey Field for homecoming. Freeport comes out of the gate strong, though, with the first score of the night. Caden Mullins breaking away for that long run for the touchdown, and the Pretzels fight their way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Marion Douglas with the ball. Down at the other end, Hononegah answers with a touchdown of their own. Tyler Banker, the Hononegah student section, loving it on Neon Night. You mentioned colors there as well. The Pretzels putting up a good fight, though. Denarius Epps with the long run downfield before being forced out of bounds. And then Hononegah, Jamonte Jordan with the interception on a long throw from Drew Shockley there right before halftime. It wouldn't be enough. The Indians take it down the field into the end zone. They run away with the game 38-8.
And Boylan travels to Belvedere, homecoming for the Bucks as well. And how about Jackson Sternquist, the sophomore, slinging it outside to Demetrius Taborn. Get the ball in the hands of your best athlete. Let him go to work. He's in for the 7-0 lead. And Belvedere homecoming queen Victoria Navarrete cheering on the squad. She had a lot to cheer about tonight. Nicholas Alvarez powers in for the touchdown, just fighting through all those defenders. 14-0 Bucks. You don't see that too often against Boylan. The students waving that flag proudly, but you know Boylan's not going down without a fight. Aiden Baluch, the big tight end, wide open in the end zone. He's going to celebrate, and hey, big guy, he gets lifted up. Gotta love it. 14-7. The cheerleaders going nuts as they chip away at that lead, but Belvedere playing inspired on homecoming. They hand it off to Mario Beasley in for the touchdown, and the Bucks beat Boylan 37-28. A happy homecoming with their first win over the Titans in more than a decade.
Big win for Belvedere. To some 8-man football now. Undefeated South Beloit taking on 3-1 Hiawatha. Hiawatha trailing would force a 4th and 1, but Landon Reed would pick up the first with a QB sneak there. South Beloit would continue to drive down the field and cap off with a touchdown from Cameron Meister there. Hiawatha needing a score now to stay in it. They would get just that. Aiden Cooper fighting through tacklers. He would find the end zone. Look at that run there. Sobos, they would add another score to put this one out of reach. They win it 34-14.
Entertaining game there in the 8-man ranks. And a battle of 3-1 teams, Forreston hosting Galena as we go back to the NUIC. And yeah, this is a wild one. 8-0 Forreston in the third quarter. Connor Polich in at QB after an injury, and he runs all the way down for the touchdown, giving Forreston a 16-0 lead. And head coach Keenan Janicki, you know, he's loving that, telling his team to, well, keep their poise down the stretch.
Big game.
Galena not going to stay silent. Yeah, big difference between 4-1 and 3-2. Roman Romer goes to Mason Smith for the touchdown. The Cards still up 16-6. Into the fourth quarter now. Forreston trying to add more. Polish, his pass. Well, it's picked off there by Romer, and well, he's roaming all the way down the field, trying to find his way to the end zone, but would finally get taken down inside the 5, about at the 1-yard line. That would lead to another Galena touchdown. Cuts the Cardinals' margin down to 2. This is reminiscent of a playoff game from a few years back when they played, I think it was 2014 on the run to the state championship game. Wild finish here. The Cards get back on business as the center snaps to Polish.
What happened?
Yeah, lines didn't move, and he just takes it in for the score. Galena taking all the time off the clock. Last play of the game, Romer to Smith for the touchdown, as they need a 2-point conversion to tie with zeros on the clock. But the pass broken up by the Cardinals. The Cardiac Cards hang on for the dramatic 22-20 win. What a finish there in Forreston. They're celebrating tonight. And we've had a lot of good football so far. A lot more to cover still. Next up, we're heading to the Big Northern Conference for some big games. More highlights, plus our play of the week when F&F returns after this timeout.
You're watching Friday Night Football on Channel 13!
Dixon and Oregon are tied for second place in the Big Northern Conference, with each of them only losing to Byron so far this season. It's a Lee-Ogle County border battle meeting up at Landers Loomis Field as Oregon takes the field. Dixon forcing a 3-and-out on the first drive. Jake Sepazauer fields the punt. And, well, he's going to get the Dukes scoring going very quickly. What a return. He finds the lane, takes it all the way to the house, and
dive right in.
Have a nice dive right in there. Yeah, smooth as they take the early lead. And, well, the Dukes, they were cheering a lot tonight. Later in the first, Landon Carnegie takes the ball and does what he does best. Moves, just makes the defenders miss, sometimes breaks tackles. He finds his way into the end zone for the score. Dixon off to the fast start yet again. And second quarter, it's Carnegie again. Not quite as long, but hey, worth just as much. And got to power through the defenders. Dixon rolls 56-0.
Byron looking to remain undefeated, hosting Winnebago. First Byron drive, it's Caden Considine. You know his name, right? Takes the handoff, hits the hole, breaks a tackle, and it's nothing but green grass ahead of him. He takes it in for a touchdown for an early Tiger lead. Later in the first, Andrew Talbert looking to do more damage. He finds Weston Auker. Look at that one. He gets in for 6. All Byron here as they cruise to a 21-0 lead. Fast forward to the next Byron drive. Dawson Criddle. He finds a hole, and now it's off to a foot race with 2 Indians chasing him, but the last-ditch effort by Nolan Hodgson forces a fumble in the end zone, recovered by Winnebago for a touchback on the ensuing Winnebago drive. Caden Longhoff rolls out, but the ball bounces off the hands. Caught by Landon Bonvalet, who takes it all the way home for a pick six. All Tigers in this one. They take out Winnebago 55-7.
North Boone making the trip south to face Genoa Kingston. This was a wild one. Shootout. North Boone getting the scoring started. Freaking out the cameraman, huh? Josiah Howard finds the corner and he's in for the early North Boone lead, but Genoa Kingston answers right back. Owen Zacard powers his way in, rolling right through the defenders, in for the score.
Taking them all in there with him.
And it's a high ball game early on. Later in the game, North Boone down a score after a Cogs touchdown, but check out Josiah Howard. He finds the opening on the kickoff, and he's not getting taken down. He takes it to the house, but Genoa Kingston in a shootout, 56-38, gets the win.
A little non-conference action between Dakota and Rockford Lutheran. Rockford Lutheran started out strong in their pass game as Richard Anderson finds Malik Maxwell, who ran for a nice gain for Lutheran. Later in the drive, Lutheran would show off their dual threat skills as the quarterback decides to take it for a run in for the Crusader touchdown. Dakota came back with a strong run of their own. As the running back here gets all the way down, Lutheran would end up lose the game 58-36. Dakota wins.
The Indians with a big win there, and we scoured the area looking for the best high school football action. Only one could be our play of the week. It's Braxton Fawcett to Jackson Cook. The Harlem connection in the pink jerseys goes up over the top to make an incredible catch, but it wasn't enough as Guilford wins a thriller there. What a week of football here. For Ethan Wiles, I'm Derek Bayne. We'll see you for week 6 next week.